Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Two Point Museum. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $30 or so. There is an Explorer Edition, which allows you to play earlier than normal. I think it was like a 3 or 4 day early access kind of thing. That's $40. I hate it when games do that. It's being more and more common nowadays among these AAA companies. If you want to play early, here it is, but you have to pay an extra $30 for it. That just bothers me. I don't like that. Anyway, this game, I've got about 21 hours in it right now, and I gotta say, it is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it, minus a couple of things that just irk me and bother me that I think could be improved. So, like Two Point Hospital and Two Point Campus, you're going to be bouncing from location to location, trying to, like, earn stars, okay? But in this case, you can't, like, play out a location to 3 stars and then move on to the next one. Rather, you earn, like, 1 star, and then you're kind of forced to go somewhere else, and then you have to go back and earn up to 2 stars. Like, you actually can't earn 2 stars in the beginning until you've played all of these other locations. So there's actually a progression system where you won't be able to 3-star this or even 2-star this location until you work on these other ones. So you are going to be literally bouncing back and forth between different locations. Now, on one hand, I like that because each location so far is really unique. Now, the first location, I'm like, okay, this is introducing me to everything. I'm like putting down fossils and creatures in amber, and I'm learning. So I'm like, okay, this is typical archaeology stuff. But later on, I was like getting into other locations, and I'll show you those in a little bit, that really changed the way this game plays. So I didn't mind bouncing around so much. Now, the way this game works, it operates on buzz and knowledge. Those are the two biggies that you're going to have to worry about, aside from money, of course. Yeah, you're going to be putting down bathrooms and staff rooms like you would in Two Point Campus or Two Point Hospital. But the idea is to put down these artifacts and these fossils and whatever else, these items, into your museum. People will visit them. And depending on how well you decorate them, that will determine how high their buzz rating is and how high their knowledge is. Now, knowledge is earned by sacrificing similar items to your, I don't remember what room, analysis room, that's what it is. And when you sacrifice duplicate items to that analysis room, the knowledge for that item goes up. So if you get a fossil, you're going to start off with no knowledge on it, pretty much. But then as you sacrifice similar fossils to that analysis room, the knowledge of anything placed in the museum of that fossil type will go up. And that's important because some guests only award you money when their knowledge is satisfied. So different guests require different things. And apologies if the game is skipping a bit. I don't know why it is for me today. Might be OBS. Anyway, normally it doesn't do that. So the gist of it is you're going to go out, get artifacts and like bring them back and put them in your museum or sacrifice them so that you can increase your knowledge. That's the gist of it. And like I said, each location is fairly unique. Like the second place I visited was this like spooky house thing, and I'm catching ghosts and putting them in my museum like a zoo. It's weird. But I had to cater their surroundings to what they needed. Like some prefer a dark age theme, some prefer, a pirate theme or whatever the case is. So you will have to, like a zoo, cater to these ghosts. There's also, so far my favorite is the space theme. And in that one, you get these artifacts that, some of them are small and have different shapes. And you have to put those artifacts near the bigger ones in order to activate them. Like the one artifact is a sphere ball, and it doesn't even open unless you have the icons that it needs near it. And those icons, again, are artifacts of different shapes. Some shapes are like triangles, some are circles, and the like. And it took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, there's some adjacency to worry about in this game, too. Now, one thing I will note is that sometimes people get stuck if you pack things too closely. That's what I do. I pack things way too tight, and trying to set up tours, that's a pain. Sometimes the pathing is just awful, and sometimes people get stuck. Now, the biggest change in this game, and this is probably the biggest thing, going out on expeditions. This is the meat and bones of the game, like the meat and potatoes of the game. It's where you're going to be spending a lot of your time in and out of. And I wish this was more automated because the amount of times I've had to send people out to the same location and then come back, it's annoying. I wish there was a way to automate this process so I didn't have to keep doing it every single time. And the computer is not smart enough to set this up because when it does and you autofill people to certain locations, they may not be the best fit for the current area. See, each area has different required people. Some need guards, some need your experts, some need janitors and security people. It's just weird. And each location has different events that could happen, but you can offset the negative ones and activate the positive ones by bringing the right trained people with you. So this particular event might need the helmet with the wings on it. And if you have one person assigned to the mission that can do that or has that skill, you can avoid that nasty event. So, and again, if you autofill this, the computer is not going to be smart enough to make the best of what you have. And again, coming into a location and doing this over and over and over again can be a bit tiresome. So I wish there was a way to automate this. I really do. Because you're going to be doing this a lot. Like a lot. Because like I said, getting duplicate fossils or duplicate items allows you to sacrifice them to your analysis room, and you want to do that to increase your knowledge. So it's constant. You're constantly going to be doing this, and there's got to be at some point, like half the time I had two helipads and I was constantly toggling between them, just constantly launching things into space left and right, or to different parts of the map left and right. I do appreciate what the system does. I really do, because there's rarities, and you can actually assign like perks to these artifacts that you get and make them better. But still, like I appreciate what it does, but it's a little monotonous. It really is. But all in all, I'm enjoying the game. As of late, after 20 hours, I'm noticing that security is the biggest threat right now. People are going to come into your place and steal things, and that's awful, especially if you got a pristine ranked artifact and someone steals it. My space museum has 300 cameras everywhere. I've got so many security guards. It's ridiculous. So, like, I think like the whole crime thing is a bit overdone, and I wish there was a way to tone that down a bit. And I wish there was a way to automate the whole expedition thing, because that is the primary crux of this game. But that being said, I am enjoying how unique each location is, even fish. Yes, one of the maps you're going to be catching fish. And what's better is that you can actually hire like marine experts on your spooky map and put fish in your spooky map. So like you can mix and match, assuming you've got the right experts in that museum to take care of these exhibits. So there's more to this game than what I'm showing you. This is more of a quick review kind of thing. I do have some like beginner tips and things I wish I knew tips on a separate video. I recommend checking that out, but keep in mind that was only about 10 or 15 hours in. Now that I'm 20 and I've got more exposure to the game and I've unlocked a lot more. But yeah, I do recommend this game. If you like 2 Point Hospital, if you like 2 Point Campus, you're going to love this game too. Just keep in mind, it's got that expedition mechanic that will really change the way the game plays. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.